Hi, my soapy sunflowers. It's Heather with the Wyoming Sunflower. Today we're going to make toilet bombs. So for this, you're going to need a big bowl because we're making a big amount because we're a business and we make big amounts. So I always use a sifter to sift all of my items. This is the baking soda that I'm putting in first. And I use a sifter just to kind of get out all the lumps, or sometimes in the bottom of the bowl, and you're going to see this throughout the video. You get these little round balls on the, I don't know what they are. They're hardened material that just doesn't go into a bomb well. So sift everything as best as you can. It makes it easier in the end. You see all those little balls down at the bottom? Some of them will break through and come out, but if they don't, dump them out. It's not worth the trouble. Next up, we're going to put in our cream of tartar. You can also use kaolin clay for this as well. It is your hardener, so don't skip this. You're going to need this to make your bombs hard and for them to set. With cream of tartar, usually you don't have to sift it just because it's so fine, but like I said, I try to sift almost everything just to make sure. Next up, we are going to put in our borax. This is one of our cleaning agents. Again, sifting it and making sure that we get all the lumps out, and anything that's left in the bottom that doesn't fit through, throw it away. Look at all of that left behind. Now we're going to put in our washing soda. Now I get teased a lot for the way I say washing. Just remember, I am from the West and I say things funny sometimes. You're gonna have to just roll with it. This is another cleaning agent that you're gonna want in there. And also the baking soda is going to react with the citric acid. And so that's going to give you your fizzing and foaming. All these things play an important role in making your bomb. So what I do is I mix those ingredients, the baking soda, the cream of tartar, the borax, and the washing soda, and get it all mixed really well. Now, if you need a reminder, remember anything that's powder or airborne, like lye, like all of your powders, please make sure you are wearing a mask because this next ingredient will make you cough if you don't. So this is the SLSA. I use this for the bubbling action. That's really gonna make your bath bomb foam up above the water line. So please keep that in there. Do not sift this, just break up the clumps with your hands. This is very airborne. And let me tell you, if you're not wearing a mask, you will cough your head off. It's terrible irritant. I mix all of this around, making sure it's mixed up really well. Now we're going to add in our fragrance. So for mine, I use lemon and Litsy. I prefer these two as they also have cleaning abilities with them as well. The Litsy helps carry the lemon scent and also has a cleaning background to it. And your bathroom just ends up smelling really fresh. But I really like essential oils for when I make my toilet bombs. A lot of different things you'll see that I use essential oils for. I mean, think about it. You can make these unscented to be safe for children that play in the toilet, or dogs that get into your toilet, or cats. And if not, you can make them with essential oils as well. But I prefer to not waste my fragrance. And really, I like a really clean smell. But you can use fragrance in this as well. We are mixing this fragrance or essential oil or whatever you use in really well and making sure we break up those little clump pockets that are fragrance that are just little balls that are wet. We're making sure we mix really well. And as you see, I do this a little bit at a time. So I put a little bit in, I mix really well. I put a little bit more, I mix really well. I really take my time with making these. If you haven't noticed, I haven't put the citric acid in yet. So now comes the citric acid. Now, I don't really worry about sifting this. I just really just dump it in and I just mix it a little bit at a time. I had a little piece of something in there. I'm not sure what that was, but I just make sure I mix it a little bit at a time and really get it in there. I always like to put my citric acid last, just in case, because if you don't know, baking soda and citric acid together, when you add a liquid, it'll start foaming, and you're going to see that here in a minute. Just keep mixing and adding until it's all gone and you get it all incorporated. And again, make sure you're scraping the bottom of your bowls, because a lot of times these bowls, you know, have a smaller end at the bottom and bigger at the top, and so we miss everything on the very bottom. And then we get to the end of the batch when we're making things and we notice that we can't use stuff all the way to the end. For some reason, it's just not working. Well, that's because you're not mixing it really well. So just really get in there and dig and play. Now, usually I use 2 hands, but as you see, when I'm mixing so aggressively, it makes the camera move a little bit. So I'm trying really hard to hold that bowl down and keep things more steady. Okay, here comes your binder. Today I'm using water, just a little bit at a time. Now look, when you add that in, it foams up. If you add too much of that in, that will foam up really bad and you will mess your whole batch up. This is the part you want to go really slow with adding your binder, mixing it really well, and checking it along the way. Remember, you're looking to grab a handful to squeeze it, it stays formed, and you drop it and it stays formed still. So you're not going to need a whole bunch, but you need to mix, mix, mix. Break up all those water pockets, fragrance pockets that are in there, and just mix really well. So we're adding a little bit more, and watch it, it'll instantly foam up. Imagine if you added a whole bunch of binder at one time. Your whole bowl would just be nothing but fizzy bubbles, and it would activate it all, and you would just have a mess. And believe me, I know very well. I have made the mistake of adding too much in the beginning and making flat mooncakes. They look terrible. So right here, we're testing it. We're seeing, is it ready yet? We squeeze it, we drop it. I do it about 3 or 4 times to see, you know, if it's really ready, or if I just have a spot, I mix from a different spot and just keep on filling my mixture. Now we're testing it again. How's it looking to you guys? Do you think it's ready yet? Adding some more binder in. Look at that foam. All right, it's time to test again. Is it ready now? Remember to grab from different angles and try it out. After doing this for a while, you can kind of sense when it's ready. Does that look ready to you guys? Yes, we're ready. Finally. These molds I also got off of Amazon. They're not very big. They work perfect for a toilet balm. Now you can use actual bath bomb molds, like the tiny round molds, you can use those. I use those in demonstrations quite a bit. Good way to market those big bombs is for Sunday cleaning. Sunday cleaning bombs. I have before used a bag full of these bombs with 4 big bombs in it, so that they have one for every Sunday of the month and then these little ones for maintenance. So I would do like one little one big one for each week, each day, you know, like a little one and a big one for 1 week. Does that make sense? So like, let's say on Wednesday they drop a little one in, but on Sunday cleaning they drop the big one in. You can market it all different ways. Or you can just do a bag full of these little ones. I do that as well. There's all sorts of ways to market these, but just remember that people love these. Hands-off stuff is what people want. They want to be able to make their life super easy, and we're going to be there to do it for them. But we're going to do it with safer products, less chemicals, safer products, you know, making their life a lot easier. People love to make things easy on themselves, me included. Here they are, hard and ready to go. Leave them overnight. You'll be good the next day to demold them. Have a good day, everybody.